Buongiorno, everybody. It is really beautiful to be in beautiful Milan, especially when we're coming from New Delhi, which is 47 degrees and much, much hotter. So I represent Boond. Boond means a drop of water in Hindi and Sanskrit. And it comes with our philosophy, which we believe in, that you can do development in small increments. You don't have to spend millions and billions all the time, but you can take small, small steps and go ahead. Before I jump in and talk about myself and Boond, I think it would be a good idea to play a little game. Because when I'm standing here, it feels I'm a TV and everybody's watching me. So it's a good idea, maybe we can throw a few questions, and we'll call it the Boond Jeopardy game. So the way we'll play this game is very simple. I will throw a number, or I will throw a comment, and I'll try to see what your first thoughts are and what that signifies. It's very simple. So the first number to throw is Euro 450. That's 450. Any guesses or any attempts what this could signify? Next slide. This is actually the slice of mushroom and ham pizza I ate yesterday. So that's how I spend my Euro 450. Next slide. But it's also actually the salary of one of my technicians for the whole day. So that's what he earns. And when he earns that, he is not just a technician, and I'm not just paying him badly, he's actually one of the richest people in the village and also one of the most respected. And he's a guy who doesn't really read and write, but can install 25 solar systems on top of houses in a month's time, which is pretty cool. Next question. Now, we'll try to play this now. So 24 euros, what would that signify? Okay. So 24 euros is the cost of the train ticket from the airport, from over here, to coming to the hotel that me and my wife stayed in. But what does it also signify? It also signifies to me a cost of one solar lamp. So every time I take the train, I just can't help thinking that if I just had walked, maybe I could have had a solar lamp for somebody's house. And this lamp, on an average, illuminates the life of 5 people in a village, helping them read better, helping them cook better, helping them live a life where they can also have access to the economic opportunities that I enjoyed or you enjoyed. Next question, 2 kilowatts of power. So it's, of course, the total lights that we see right now. It's quite surprising because it's daytime, but we are still using 2 kilowatts of power over here. But what does that mean? It actually also means 75 houses that can be electrified by the same amount of power. The whole objective of the game is to bring out the value of something as against the price. And this energy that we give in terms of solar is, and this format that we give, is a little solar panel on one person's house with lines going out to 75 other houses. Next question. 350 million. Anybody? Okay, so 350 million actually signifies the total number of unelectrified families in India. And that's a huge number. That's a huge number because that is representative of not the combined population of maybe France, US, and one more small country like Belgium. And these families right now live in complete darkness, and they run off kerosene or wood as their primary fuel. But that number also, sadly, signifies the expenditure made by the tobacco industry on just 1 month of advertising. And not that we don't know how to smoke a cigarette or what a cigarette looks like, but in 1 month they spent $350 million. Last question, I won't bore you very long. 120 billion. The answer here is, that's the amount India spends, forget about the tobacco industry, on our armed forces. And we are not fighting any wars for the past 21 years. And we probably shouldn't even fight a war with China or Pakistan. But that's what we spend. But that alone amount can give electricity to every household which doesn't have electricity for the next 10 years in India alone. So sadly, I wouldn't get my trip to Milan to talk about it if they had actually put their priorities in the right place. Next, and the last question, 23 million. this is a shocking one even to me. 23 million is what the United Nations spent on decorating a mural on their wall in their office in Geneva. So it's like some fiction. I don't even understand what a mural is, but it's damn expensive. And that's what they spent, and which was paid by the budget of the Spanish government for starving children. I don't know if they had starving children pictures on the mural, but it was 23 million. And sadly, this 23 million could fund 5 companies like our little Boond to really impact the world in a very different way. So the question is about the choices and the priorities we make. The question is about what we believe and how we want to see the world in future. So Boond's story is not just about clean solar lights or entrepreneurship. It's simply about equality, it's about opportunity, and it's also about just honesty to what you do and what you believe in. My name is Rustam Sengupta. That's me with a little lighter weight. And I went to school at INSEAD Business School, which is in Fontainebleau in France. I did my MBA there, and unlike the beautiful, inspirational speaker ahead, I was a very spoiled kid when I was growing up in India. And the people in India, either half of them have some money, and most of them don't have. I was of parents who liberally spent on me and send me to good schools to study in. So I was blissfully unaware of what even my country was and about how the people lived in this country. So during my school years at INSEAD, I came back and I saw the country for the first time as a part of a course that I was doing. And I was shocked. I was deeply shocked because I didn't realize that so many people lived in complete darkness, lived without any access to clean drinking water, and lived a life which was so far away from the whole economic run that we pride ourselves as Indians to be. So I quit my job. I was working in Standard Chartered, selling fixed income bonds to very rich people to make them even richer people. And I quit that job and moved back to India and started the company. And these 4 words from probably the most popular person in India really signify what it all was since then. That first, people ignored me, then they laughed at me, they still do, and then they started fighting me. And then, hopefully, at some point, we will win. Next slide. So these are the kind of communities we work in. So this is a picture of Rajasthan, where we had the good fortune of Elena and Kiara to visit as well. They are pockets of houses which are very far from each other. Rajasthan is a border state in the northeast of the country. And these houses are completely unelectrified. And complete darkness or unelectrification means that at 5 o'clock, people stop what they are doing, and either they chat and talk among themselves, or they go to sleep. So the economic opportunity that is available to their children or to them is far lower than what is available to the cities. Next slide. This is kind of how we set up our solar installations, and it's a very simple system. It's a very simple low-tech product and service that is offered to them so that they can electrify their houses, so they can enjoy clean energy and actually enjoy benefits of proper reading or proper cooking later. Next. So during this course of time, we tried to experiment with solar and with the technology. And this is a picture of cows in UP, where we work pretty much with the milk industry. Next slide. Setting up something like these power grids of solar, which chill the milk, test the milk properly, use it for a quality assurance, and really transform the income generation. So this is an example over the course where we believed that influencing a technology for the benefit in the rural areas for income generation or connecting it with the economic landscape is a very good idea. Next slide. This is something we are doing now, as I spoke about, a simple pico grid, which is about 3 kilowatts of power distributed right now to 36 households in the village all around. So 36 people getting power from this kind. Next. So the whole goal of an enterprise like this is to create the connection with the village, to create the connection with the community, And so this is somehow how we continuously engage with this society and constantly change a model. Next slide. Again, another picture to show how we are working together and we are training on entrepreneurs. One of the facets of our organization is to train entrepreneurs in the last mile to install these products, sell these products, and market them properly. Next slide. And to also be our agents in the last mile as our ears. So we continuously create iterations and innovations on the ground. Next. So the whole initiative for Boond and how we became a social business was to ensure that there are quality products in the last mile. People can buy them and afford them. And for that, we set up our linkages with the bank. So when a person in a village wants to get a solar panel, he buys the panel, but is paid through by the bank so that he can pay small installments over a period of time. Some of the places where we've done a lot of marketing have been areas which have never seen electricity or power before, and the government has neglected them for a while. So the story could go on, and being Indian, I have an propensity to keep talking, but I see everybody waving their hands. So I'll just end by saying that, of course, thank you for the invitation, Elena, and thank you to everybody to listen, because it's really touching for me to find so many people in a place so far away from India who are passionately believing that the world can be made a better place. So we all fight, we all struggle, and this is my favorite comment, that it's always fine in the end, and if it's not fine, it's not the end. Thank you.